Now on CoastTV News.
Water quality in South Bethany canals getting worse. What the council is doing to change that.
Safety on Cave Neck Road. Neighbors demanding action to fix what they're calling a sinkhole.
65 acres of farmland one step closer to development. How neighbors feel about a potential shift.
And rising tides today could impact your neighborhood. I'll pinpoint the problem areas coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Beautiful canals in South Bethany with a lot of problems underneath the surface. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with water quality in South Bethany.
New data shows South Bethany's canals are significantly worse quality-wise than the year before. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us what the town is trying to do to fix it, and fast.
Bob O'Neill lives next to the water in South Bethany.
The beauty of the town is the fact that it has nice canals. And if the canals turn out not to be so nice, it's going to be detrimental to the town.
And that's unfortunately the case. New data shows the water quality, specifically dissolved oxygen, increased significantly.
The DO in June of 2023 was 70% higher in 2023 than in 2022.
Less oxygen in the canal means no fish and more algae. The town is discussing adding nets to catch debris and clean up the water, and dredging the canal first to give it a deep clean. William Shaw says there's things homeowners can do to help right now.
We'd also like to have homeowners in town take the responsibility for closing down these things that drain into the canal, and take more responsibility about allowing, cut grass to blow into the canals and such, because all that adds to the pollution level and to the problem we have every year of an algae bloom.
As of right now, the main goal to strengthening the water quality is to begin dredging near the end of the canals. The South Bethany Council will keep on discussing the possible dredging project next meeting. I'm Kevin Zappe in South Bethany, Coast TV News.
From water quality to community events, the Community Relations Committee in South Bethany, that's the next big thing. They're talking about an April Earth Day event, as well as planning a community blood drive. That's happening February 6th at 11 a.m.
If you've noticed an increase of orange construction barrels on Cave Neck Road, well, you're not alone. Now neighbors are worried about flooding. Live in Milton is Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert. Charles, you spoke with some of these neighbors and they had a lot to say about it today.
Charlie, this is the area right here that is the area of concern. Right out here by Round Pole Bridge Road, just outside of Milton, you can see the orange barrels coming up both on our right and on our left. If you actually take a step out and take a look at it, you can actually see the road is falling apart and is in some serious need of some TLC. Now, neighbors have voiced concerns to DelDOT to get this fixed because it's leading to flooding issues when large rainstorms come through our area. Now, one person I spoke with today said it gets so bad here that she tries just to not come through here at all, and when she does have to come through, she completely goes the other way. And we did reach out to DelDOT today, and they did confirm with us that the storms from earlier this month did cause this damage to begin with, but they are assessing the situation and looking to get everything fixed up so everyone can drive safely and happily. I'm Charles Reinert in Milton, Coast TV News.
The Milford Walmart was evacuated over the weekend due to a bomb threat. Sergeant Timothy Maloney confirmed with Coast TV News officers responded to a bomb threat before 4:45 Sunday. He said someone had a written note that caused alarm. The store was evacuated as a precaution. Explosive detection dogs were brought and searched the scene. The Walmart was deemed safe and officers cleared the Walmart around 9 p.m.
Here's a look from above from our Coast Copter of the Bay Bridge crash that happened over the weekend. You saw some incredible video here. It shut down the Bay Bridge. Investigators say at least 20 cars were involved in the crash, which was deemed a chain reaction crash. Maryland Transportation Authority officials say that 2 patients were transported to local hospitals with serious injuries and that 11 additional patients were also transported to local hospitals. Miraculously, officials say none of the injuries are believed to be life-threatening.
So what's next in the case? According to police, investigators believe a blue 2018 Honda Civic sedan, like the one you see on your screen, was driving erratically at high speeds just before that crash involving dozens of cars. Anyone who saw a blue Honda Civic traveling west on Route 50 near the Bay Bridge between 7:30 and 7:45 a.m. on Saturday, please call MDTA police. Investigators are completing a full reconstruction of that 23 vehicle crash.
And now let's take a live look into the Dover area as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. Paul, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Just a little bit on the chilly side when everybody's reminding me in the grocery store, hey, Paul, it's getting cold again. Like, I know. I can't change it, but I know. But thank you. I'm always thankful to meet folks out in the grocery. Everybody finds me in the grocery store, but that's my hangout. All right, so let's take a look. Courtesy of our Bay Health camera, we're at 42 degrees in Dover. Winds are coming out of the northwest. We're going to go from 41 down to about 38 degrees, 7 o'clock, with partly cloudy skies for the rest of the evening. We actually still have a little bit of a concern for coastal flood advisory that's in effect for the entire county, but it's mainly for those folks along the shore and on the bay side for the most part, dealing with the possibility of flooding and inundation that will occur. Keeping a close eye on what's happening with the tides coming in and out. So we're going to take a detailed look at that at our full forecast in a moment. But we're also concerned about somewhat gusty winds along the coast because we have the small craft advisory, watching out for 25-mile-per-hour winds. That's also a primary concern. Coming up, we'll talk more about the timing of all this and another round of rain by Wednesday, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. Rising sea levels are expected to create a migration of people from coastal communities to inland cities. That's according to a new research published by Dr. Matthew Hauer of Florida State University. The research suggests that the recent trend of growth along the coast could come to an end in the near future. This migration is expected to start earlier in areas of the country like Delmarva, where we're already seeing the impacts of rising sea levels. This migration could dramatically change the demographics of coastal communities.
When we think about this in terms of climate migration, the people who are most likely to move in response to sea level rise are going to be young adults, young workers for the most part. So who's left behind in many of these communities becomes essentially older adults who are the ones who remain in increasingly environmentally precarious areas.
Since the impact of sea level rise is already happening, Dr. Hauer says that the timetable for climate migration is speeding up.
A 65-acre development near Route 1 and Route 16 gets the green light from Sussex County's Planning and Zoning Commission. Developer Ocean One Holdings still has not said what could be built on the land specifically, but the zoning change they want would open up the area from everything to a gas station to a water park. For the people that live closest to the property, their opinions are not so cut and dry.
Some pros were generating revenue for current businesses by bringing more people into the area, and then also additional job opportunities for the community. On the other side, there's the concern about traffic and accidents, the increased traffic, and then land preservation.
Next, the Sussex County Council will be holding a public hearing on the development. They'll ultimately decide that zoning request. Council's hearing is February 20th at 1:30 p.m.
Keeping all of that in mind, let's go to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what do you want to see on Route 1 and 16? Let's take a look at the results.
Take a look at your screen. So far, pretty mixed here. The hotel right now is winning, but this is the first time we have put this poll on our air, and we know it does change.
We expect the numbers to go up and down, left and right. You can go ahead and vote if you'd like to on CoastTVNews.com or use the Coast TV mobile app.
A drone attack on a U.S. airbase near the Syrian border kills 3 American soldiers. It's the first deaths in months-long attacks by Iranian-backed rebels. NBC's Alice Barr reports on how the White House is vowing to retaliate.
The White House is vowing to retaliate and working through options after 3 American service members were killed in a drone attack on a U.S. military base in Jordan near the border with Syria. Explosives hit the facility's living quarters as soldiers slept. More than 30 were injured.
We lost 3 brave souls in an attack on one of our bases. and we shall respond.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin doubling down today.
The President and I will not tolerate attack on U.S. forces, and we will take all necessary actions to defend the U.S. and our troops.
The soldiers who are part of a mission to fight the remnants of ISIS are the first Americans killed in months of strikes by Iranian-backed militant groups since the start of the Israel-Hamas war on October 7th. Iran is denying involvement in this weekend's deadly drone attack, but one of the groups it backs, the Islamic Resistance in Iraq, claimed responsibility, partly in revenge, it says, for Israeli military actions in Gaza. The Biden administration has long sought to keep the conflict from spilling into a wider war.
We do not seek another war. We do not seek to escalate.
Members of Congress are reacting, with some leading Republicans demanding a more forceful response against Iran. Senator Lindsey Graham writing, quote, "Hit Iran now, hit them hard." U.S. allies in the Middle East are condemning what they called a terrorist attack and warning of further turmoil in a region already on edge. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The biotech company 23andMe is facing a class action lawsuit. Listen to the details here. The suit accuses the genetic testing company of failing to notify customers whose personal information was collected into lists that were then sold on the dark web. The suit also accuses 23andMe of failing to protect customers with Chinese and Jewish heritage, which apparently were specifically targeted. The suit was filed after the company notified the California Attorney General's office that it was hacked from late April of 2023 through September of 2023. That was before 23andMe became aware of the breach. Learning the ins and outs of soil health, topics attendees can expect to explore at this year's Delmarva Soil Summit.
It's been a bit of a cloudy day for today, but more sunshine is indeed on the way. We just might have to be a little patient first.
But first, Israeli troops on the ground as U.S. officials are considering slowing some arms shipments. Types of weapons Israeli officials continue to ask the U.S. for. Up next.
I have patients that honestly have become friends, and I see like how resilient they were and how well they pulled through and tried every day. I'm privileged to be a part of their care. I'm kind of celebrating there with them.
I've come across a lot of amazing people. Kathy, I tell you, she's the best. She's a sweetheart. Those efforts helped me so much, and I truly appreciate her for it. Most of it, she got me through.
Not sure what to get your Valentine this year? How about a new walk-in shower from Baths by Spicer Brothers? Right now, through February 14th, save 14% off your entire project and take advantage of no interest and no payments for 18 months. Plus, receive a set of 2 luxury bathrobes. And your new shower can be installed in as little as 1 day with factory-certified 5-star installation guaranteed. Don't miss out. This offer ends February 14th. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Perfect Valentine's Day starts with a puppy from Puppies R Us in Bridgeville. Puppies R Us has the largest selection of lovable puppies on the shore. Visit our website or like us on Facebook. From purebreds to hybrids, our pups are vet-checked, vaccinated, and microchipped, so you can be sure your new furry family member will be happy and healthy. You'll love our Valentine's double discounts. Get $200 off a puppy purchase, a free bag of Candidae dog food, and 20% off accessories for a month. We finance too. Puppies R Us, Route 13, Bridgeville, Delaware.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
The Biden administration is considering pausing or slowing some arms shipments to Israel. According to 3 current U.S. officials and 1 former U.S. official, the move would be meant to pressure the Israeli government to scale back its military assault in Gaza. The sources say Israeli officials continue to ask for more weapons, including large aerial bombs, ammunition, and air defenses. The effort comes after weeks of President Biden and his national security team failing to convince Israel's President Benjamin Netanyahu to dramatically change tactics in Gaza.
It's that time of year again, tax season. It starts today. The Internal Revenue Service will start accepting and processing 2023 federal income tax returns. The deadline for filing for most people is April 15th. People who miss the tax filing deadline will likely face hefty penalties unless they ask for an extension. For a guide on how seniors can get free filing help this tax season, visit CoastTV.com.
Coastal flood advisories are in effect at this hour. We'll pinpoint where and for how long in just a moment.
Finding a primary care that fits your needs can be challenging. At Delmarva Acupuncture, we offer patient-focused primary care that puts you first. We'll sit down with you and conduct a comprehensive exam where we'll identify any issues you're dealing with and talk you through a treatment plan so you can make the best health choices for your well-being. Offering same and next day appointments and direct access to our practitioner. Call now and schedule your primary care visit as soon as tomorrow at Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center.
The beauty is hard to miss at Ocean City's premier golf course, Eagles Landing. Voted the #1 golf course in Maryland by our players. Eagles Landing offers 5 sets of tees, making the course playable for beginners and challenging for most skilled golfers. Local residents receive discounted rates and earn points that can be used for free golf with our local rewards program. Find our best rates at eagleslandinggolf.com today. Eagles Landing, upholding the tradition of the game.
The most incredible shopping on the beach, Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, and accessories as cool as an ocean breeze. You'll love this place. We put a smile on your face. You'll love this place. It's Blooming Boutique. Fashion.
Visit Blooming Boutique's 4 convenient locations, downtown Milford, Long Neck, and 2 in downtown Lewis. We carry resort wear all year long.
Get live radar and severe weather alerts. Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app. Brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Simplify your kitchen with a pull-out trash can, organized spice rack, or sliding shelves.
At Paul Davis, we designed your kitchen to work with your life.
And Paul Davis won't tear out your kitchen, so you don't have to worry about months of disruption. And you'll save money.
Instead, let us reface your kitchen cabinets in the latest style and color in just 3 days.
Right now, Paul Davis is offering free installation with no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. Call Paul Davis for a free estimate.
We'll come see you as soon as tomorrow or visit our new showroom in Salisbury. Weather is brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling, the difference makers.
Today we're going to focus a little bit more on the tides and the possibility how the waters might be rising up on the shore, because that's our primary concern at this point. Nothing that's devastating or severe, but something that we want to just keep a close little diagnostic eye on. Now, courtesy of our gutter helmet camera in Ocean View, we're holding at 41 degrees. Winds are out of the north, relatively calm. We'll drop from 40 down to 39 with partly to mostly cloudy skies, and it's going to kind of stay gray for the rest of this evening. Now, as far as what's happening with courtesy of our Lewis camera and Irish Eyes camera, we're at 41 degrees right now with the winds out of the north-northwest at about 8 miles per hour, making just a touch cooler there. And we're going to drop from 41 down to 40 at 7 o'clock, down to 39 degrees with partly and mostly cloudy skies. Breezy, that's one of our primary concerns, because we have the small craft advisory that's active at least until 6 o'clock this evening for Slaughter Beach, Broadkill Beach. Now, that also includes Lewis, Rehoboth Beach, and Dewey Beach, as we're watching out for about 25-mile-per-hour winds, and it's staying a bit breezy until 6 o'clock Wednesday morning for Ocean City, West Ocean City, Ocean Pines, and all areas in between, all the way down towards Chincoteague. Now, I'd mentioned some concerns about the water levels. We have an active coastal flood advisory in effect until 6 o'clock. Now, this advisory basically is stating Low-lying areas along the bayside as well as along the coast could see a little bit of inundation that could occur, but it's very slight for right now, so we've got to keep a watchful eye for it. We're not looking at any pronounced weather system or weather maker in our immediate area. We're at 41 in Rehoboth and in Lewis, as well as 41 degrees in Milford and 41 right now in Greenwood. We're a couple to 3 degrees cooler now than we were just 24 hours ago. Now, take a look at this trend here. We warmed all the way up to like 73 on Friday, and we nosedived down to 58, which was still above the norm, but then we clocked to 46 Sunday and 43 for today. So the colder weather is arriving, and it's here. Tuesday morning, we start off near freezing. We'll flip that to about 41 with cloudy skies on Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday morning, we start off at about 40 degrees, the wind shifting direction coming off the water. Then as we go into the afternoon, we'll warm to about the low to mid 40s by then as well. All that being said, we keep a close eye on the future waves. You see, by 2 o'clock, we're looking at waves at between 4 to possibly 8 feet between Ocean Pines and Chincoteague. Now, north of that, we're looking at that same time frame where we could see some maybe 4 to 8 feet. Fenwick Island, about 1 o'clock Wednesday morning. So it's all about timing with these particular storms, okay? Bottom line, 29 for tonight, partly cloudy skies, and the cutting chill returns. 44 for tomorrow, a little more sunshine, but still cold conditions throughout the day. Now, we're going to be cloudy again on Wednesday with late rain possible on Wednesday. About a 30% chance, actually. 46 degrees. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling Extended Forecast. We'll warm back to the 50s by Friday, but by Friday, we're going to need one of those nifty Paul Davis umbrellas by then.
I think I have one of those, Paul. Sustainable agriculture as the groundwork for the future. On February 6th and 7th, over 350 agriculturalists are expected to attend the 2024 Delmarva Soil Summit at Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. That's in Salisbury. Experts from across the county, or the country rather, will discuss the latest research and innovation in soil health and sustainable agriculture. Through farmer panels and breakout sessions, attendees can expect to find topics of interest for all scales in agricultural production systems. The first day of the summit will begin at the Civic Center on Tuesday, February 6th at 9 a.m.
Coming up, finding new ways to build credit, how the Delaware Housing Authority is helping renters across the state. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is your home's crawl space problems can be fixed permanently, so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us.
Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
If you're experiencing ringing, humming, or buzzing in your ear, you may have tinnitus.
Tinnitus is a condition that can make it hard to understand speech, relax, or sleep.
If you have any of these symptoms, the first step is getting your hearing tested. The audiologist will be able to diagnose your problem and prescribe you devices that can alleviate your symptoms.
Hearing aids like Signius even offer tinnitus programs that can offset tinnitus noises.
To learn more information about massed audiology, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Have you bought a house in the last decade, but it's just not quite big enough? At Paul Davis, we can design and build you a brand new addition or remodel your whole home from start to finish. With over 50 years experience of building and restoring homes, we've made the process quick and easy while making it affordable. Call Paul Davis today, and one of our design consultants can be at your home as soon as tomorrow to give you a free estimate for your new addition or whole home remodel. Or visit our new showroom in Salisbury, Maryland, 100 Marvel Road.
All new Drew. Your husband came here and sang to Jeremy with rose petals, serenaded by none other than John Legend.
He never does that to our bearded dragon.
Tuesday at noon on Coast TV.
Delmarva's Rock Station, 93.5, The Beach.
Long COVID is a serious and emerging health concern, but your primary care physician can help manage its symptoms and provide ongoing care.
By seeing your doctor regularly.
You can get help with symptoms of fatigue, shortness of breath, and brain fog.
They can also provide you with referrals to specialists and connect you to support groups.
Mental health care is also important for those experiencing long COVID.
Healthy Families is here to help you recognize the challenges of long COVID and prioritize regular visits with your primary care physician.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app today.
Building credit through reporting rent payments. In January 2023, the Delaware State House Authority launched the Delaware Tenant Rent Reporting Pilot Program. This voluntary and free program allows qualified Delaware renters to build their credit by reporting on on-time rent payments for 12 months. The program is active and open for enrollment. However, the application deadline is Monday, March 29th, so you've got a month. That's at 4:30 p.m. You got to get it in that day. The Housing Authority says that the final program outcomes, including average credit score change, will be detailed in a report following the conclusion of the pilot.
In regional news, a Dover man has turned himself into police following a shooting investigation at the Watcoat Apartments January 20th. On January 26th, Dover police arrested 20-year-old Rakeem Overton Bolden. According to police, officers arrived at 10:37 after receiving reports of shots fired. They say an argument occurred among several people inside the building. Police say Overton Bolden then fired a handgun during the encounter, damaging the building, but no one was hurt.
New in Seaford, the police department is reporting recent increases in car thefts, and that includes one that was stolen and then set on fire. Police say all cars except one that have been targeted are Kia models. Theft locations include North Hall Street, North Front Street, and Motel 6 areas. Seaford Police Department is urging people to always lock your doors and to consider parking in well-lit areas when that's possible. The Seaford Police Department says that the thefts are currently being investigated and that anybody that has information is encouraged to call the department. We'll be right back.
But when I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally. And that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmarva Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmarva Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmarva Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmarva Design Center.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Windsor Teak of Falmouth Island offers over 100 different teak tables, over 24 different extension tables featuring self-storing leaves. They come in 2 different heights, dining and counter, plus 2 different widths and 2 different shapes, oval and rectangular. Extension tables start at 66 inches long and go up to 138 inches long and can seat from 6 to 16 people. Plus, over 36 different folding tables. Our drop leaf folding tables can be used with 1 or 2 leaves up. When both leaves are folded down, you can store the tables into 7 inches of space. The drop leaf tables come in 3 different heights, dining, counter, and bar, and come in 4 different shapes, oval, round, rectangular, and square. Don't forget to check out the non-folding tables, coffee and side tables, and buffet tables. Drop by our showroom and smell the teak. Or visit our website at windsorteakfurniture.com, and remember, teak lasts a lifetime.
It's kind of cute that she thinks I don't notice. But I really appreciate how she's always looking after me. Sometimes she thinks she's fooling me, but she isn't. Do the boys at work give me grief about my hummus? Oh, you bet. But it's a small price to pay for a woman who cares. Hey, babe.
Hey. You're always there for them.
Okay,
we're all ready. And we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Here's a look at our forecast, courtesy of the Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera, going from 40 down to 38 degrees by 9 o'clock. Here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We're going to become real cloudy on Wednesday, about a 30% chance of a rain or shower, but a better chance of rain actually really kicking off for us on Friday, and cold but dry over the weekend.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, for more local weather, download that Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition's up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.